For almost 40 years, Hall Automotive has served Hampton Roads with a goal of delivering 100% customer satisfaction. So if you want the best selection, service, and a one-of-a-kind experience,
more cars, great people, get it all at Hall.
I'm Kay Barefoot, and today we're with the Outer Banks Voice, and we're visiting over here with the Deer MedFlight, and we have Chief Pilot Chad Jones with us. So Chad, first of all, describe this beautiful machinery behind us.
Well, we got here an H-145 built by Airbus Helicopters. It's a variant of the BK-117, which Dare County utilized for nearly 30 years. Many upgrades, avionics upgrades, 4-axis autopilot, increased performance OEI, which is one engine and operative, makes it safer. Much larger cabin area for the paramedics to do their job. Finished drawing, you'll see on the back, replaces the conventional tail rotor, which makes it a much quieter aircraft, so much friendlier to our neighbors, and much safer for what we do, so we don't have open tail rotor blades that can hurt people that are on the ground approaching the aircraft.
Chad, can you walk us through a typical day for you, like when a call comes through, what happens?
When a call comes through, we're not privy to the information of patient demographics, because they don't want the pilot to know if it's a young child versus a senior citizen, so we're not prejudiced on should we take the flight, should we push weather, or anything like that. So the page comes out, they just want to know if we can go from point A to point B safely, and I check the weather and I check the TFRs, and I say yay or nay. Yes, we can do it safely, or no, we can't. And if we can do it, we pull it out here on our dolly, take it outside, and get launched in that direction.
Okay. How many people do you have who are on staff here that when a call comes in, they're going to go into action?
Our normal crew configuration is 1 pilot and 2 paramedics. Total staff, we have 5 pilots, 2 mechanics, and about 12 paramedics that are on staff here at Dare MedFlight.
When you get to the emergency situation and you pick up the patient, where do you typically take that patient? What happens then?
Typically we go from Outer Banks Hospital, let's say, to Norfolk General Hospital. That's our flight we do 95% of the time. So from here to Manio to Outer Banks Hospital is about 5 minutes to get there. And we get the patient loaded up in our aircraft. The paramedics transfer over medications and IV pumps, things of that nature, and then it takes us about 27 minutes to get from Outer Banks Hospital to Norfolk General Hospital.
Okay, and how did you get started with this, Chad?
I was a paramedic on Dare MedFlight for about 10 years and decided I like being up front more than I like being in the back, so I went and got my certifications. I became a flight instructor for many years, built my flight time, and then traveled the state working for different agencies until I could come back home.
Okay, so you've returned then after being away for a while.
I have.
Yeah.
Well, I had 2 guys that taught me here. I had Dean Morris, who was a mechanic here for nearly 30 years. He taught me to fly airplanes. And Milton Eaton, who was a long-time Dare MedFlight pilot for 20-plus years. He taught me how to fly helicopters.
My guess is that the summertime provides a lot more hectic schedule for you than the winter. So what's a summer day like, or in the summer, how many people have you actually helped?
Well, we average about 200 to 250 flights a year, with the majority of those being in between, Memorial Day and Labor Day. We could go 3-4 flights in a 24-hour period in the summer, and then the winter kind of slows down a little bit. So that's when we do a lot more training, so we stay proficient. When we have to go 2 or 3 days without having a flight. Okay.
And I know when there has been bad weather, how valuable you've been to our residents in Hatteras Island.
Yeah, the road washes out a lot down there, as we all know, and this aircraft, not yet, but the old aircraft really became a workhorse. During after Isabel, after Irene, when the roads washed out, we were carrying generators and medical supplies and crew members down there just to keep the island, functioning properly. Because we not only do we save lives, but we save quality of life. If you've had a stroke, we can get you to a stroke center so you don't have permanent paralysis, permanent deficit for the rest of your life. Same way with a heart attack. Time is muscle is what they tell us, and we can get you to the appropriate facility in less than an hour.
Okay. Well, great. Well, Chad, thanks so much for all the work that you do here and for your crew.
My pleasure.
Hopefully we won't have to experience it, but we know that we'll be in good hands if we do.